Believe it or not, Cartoon Conspiracy has been going on for 1 year. And in a year of producing the show, we've passed on a lot of ridiculous ideas that just wouldn't make a full episode. Seriously, there are a ton of strange, silly, and straight up weird conspiracies out there.
This is weird. Weird and bad.
So here are a ton of conspiracies we found that didn't quite make the cut. And with the help of some of our friends, we're going to cover them all right now. Do Over the Garden Wall and Clarence take place in the same town? I don't think they personally take place in the same town. It's possible that, you know, at Cartoon Network, they just decided to use the same background and change it up a little bit. Animation is hard, y'all.
What if all the toys in Toy Story are really just Sid's toys and Andy took them? No?
Breaking Man is the sequel to South Park. That doesn't make any sense.
Breaking Man being the sequel to any cartoon doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're right, because it's live action. I mean, like, there's none of the characters even look like Breaking Bad characters. Like, doesn't make sense.
Unless Cheesy Poofs were meth.
Doug, he was sexually abused by Mr. Dink. He had this like really, really expensive lawnmower. Oh, it's hot out there, Doug. Better take off our shirts.
Disney. Donald Duck has PTSD. Donald Duck was in a bunch of like World War II videos. He clearly is like neurotic. I totally believe that.
Caillou actually has cancer and is just reliving his life stories. Is this because he's a bald child? Because if so, by bad conspiracy standards, this could probably make sense.
Jimmy Neutron, boy genius.
More like Jimmy Snooztron because he's actually in a coma the whole time. What is a coma? What is a coma even?
You're deaf, mute, and you're sleeping.
Dora is actually just a computer game. What I really think this is a conspiracy for is this is a concentrated effort to get Dora into Super Smash Bros. Using the Smash ballot.
The Simpsons and Futurama exist in the same universe. Same creator, same general art style. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. This theory is possible. Makes sense.
In Superman, Lois Lane is actually Clark Kent in drag. Because that makes so much sense, because they're never seen in the same spot at the same time. Really?
Charlie Brown is dying of cancer.
Well, that's probably why he's the only one that doesn't have any hair. Maybe it's like ear cancer and he can't hear right. And that's why whenever an adult talks to him, it's just wah, 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 wah. Yeah. He probably does have cancer.
Invader Zim is actually about a skin disease kid who imagines everything. Or he could just really be from outer space. Maybe that's an idea.
Toonami takes place in a post-apocalyptic world. There's not a whole lot of evidence, but that's never stopped us before. Yeah, it's definitely true. I can do that.
The Lego Movie was actually animated entirely in stop motion.
If that were true, this wouldn't have come out till the year 2050.
I believe it.
Yoshi, his dinosaur, actually a Pokemon.
That makes sense. Yoshi only knows how to say his name, so.
Yoshi!
But he also says like,
Roger Klotz from Doug is the very same person as Macklemore. Now how can you argue with this one? They both have a weird, wavy, reddish haircut, and they both wear leather jackets. Case closed! I mean, come on, what are we gonna say next? That Mikey from Recess grew up to be Kevin James and started making dozens upon dozens of terrible movies? So many terrible movies.
The main character in American Dad is actually Seth MacFarlane. Are we saying like he's voiced by Seth MacFarlane, or Seth MacFarlane is literally just an animated character that doesn't exist in reality? Because I'd be for that. That would be good.
Naruto, am I pronouncing that right? Naruto or Naruto? Naruto or Naruto? Naruto is actually about a blind kid selling matches. Well, that's combining, that's a whole other thing. You just sound like a crazy person.
The shrine that appears in The Fifth Element is actually a shrine to Captain Planet. I don't know what the Fifth Element is, but I want to believe.
Hello Kitty is actually a little girl trapped in a cat suit.
Yeah, probably. I've never seen her eat cat food.
Hello Kitty is a human, so hello human.
Scrappy-Doo is actually a figment of the gang's imagination. Now this one I would be for, because Scrappy-Doo was clearly the worst character in all of Scooby-Doo. So if he didn't actually exist, I would be for that.
The Smurfs are the descendants of the Dwarves from Snow White. I mean, I guess if they're in the mines all day, eventually their skin could turn blue. and eventually they get dwarfier and dwarfier and dwarfier until they're Smurf size.
What if in the Fairly Odd Parents he's actually imagining his Fairly Odd Parents? What's this mean? I'm getting into a frenzy. Oh,
Ren and Snippy secretly ran the United States of America for 8 years. I could see it.
Peter Pan is actually just kidnapping and killing little kids. That one's pretty disturbing, but I can totally see it.
The window is just like, oh, this guy's coming in. Just like, nah, bring him in. Bring him in. What's he have to say?
And the kids think they're never growing up, but it's because they died.
Yeah, don't hang out with Peter Pan.
In Gravity Falls, Grunkle Stan is a serial killer. Hope not.
You know, there is so much we don't know about Grunkle Stan at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if he had, like, murdered a few people here and there.
Transformers. The Autobots are evil, parentheses gay. Is evil gay?
I don't know why those two are combined, but it's so uncomfortable.
The Autobots are evil. Well, I mean, they're destroying the entire Earth every time they fight, right? They're probably not here to help.
Adventure Time. Jake is actually Finn's dad. They have this similar body shapes.
Oh my god, that'd be so cute.
The Simpsons and the entire town of Springfield's skin is yellow due to a severe hepatitis outbreak, and it gave them all jaundice. The truth with this one is it was just a creative choice. One of the animators suggested it to Matt Groening, and he kind of fell in love with it, and thus we have The Simpsons.
what if Pokemon, oh, this is so tried. What if Pokemon is actually about child trafficking?
How? That doesn't make how.
Samurai Jack?
Yeah.
He's in a coma. I don't know why we didn't do these. Emily.
These are all good. These are all gold.
Timon and Pumbaa are responsible for Mufasa's death. We see Mufasa getting thrown off by Scar. I'm just gonna chalk that in the really pile.
What if in The Last Airbender, Aang is crazy and is just imagining that he has powers? We don't know if this is just the machinations of a diseased 11-year-old. Also, he was frozen in ice. I'm gonna give it 3 M. Night Shyamalans out of 5 because we don't know, but I also like to dream, like the great director M. Night Shyamalan.
The 7 deadly sins are represented by SpongeBob characters. Greed, definitely Mr. Krabs.
I'm uncomfortable naming lust.
Lust, maybe SpongeBob? He's frisky.
Pocahontas and Avatar are the same story. They kind of are. I mean, there's so many similarities, it's tough to disagree with this one. But the truth is, they're both ripoffs of Dougal.
Could it be possible that Gravity Falls is actually Twin Peaks, but in a cartoon form? I think they've replaced cigarettes with cute Christian shawl sweaters. I think David Lynch is easily Grunkle Stan. That's a given. Twin Peaks fans will love this. They're not gonna get mad. You f***ing bureaucrat. Don't worry about it.
Bender is actually a robot.
It's not really a theory, that's just... that's just fact.
In Arthur, Buster is an alien doing reconnaissance to invade Earth. No? No.
Casper is the ghost of Richie Rich. He did live in a mansion. He did have a very childish sensibility.
Obviously, this is untrue because the ghost of Richie Rich was just dug up for a Netflix original series. Heyo!
Hercules and the Lion King happen at the same time. Okay, no, that's ridiculous because they happened right after each other, because in Hercules, you see the skinned rug of Scar, so obviously Scar is dead, so how can it be happening at the same time as the Lion King? Huh? I mean, maybe the part when Hercules is young or a baby, that's when this plot of the Lion King is happening, but otherwise ridiculous.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is actually about segregation. Or it's actually just about the LA freeway system.
Yeah, we segregate Toons into Toontown and people into not Toontown.
Like, Toons ruining the city. Gotta get rid of the Toons in this town. You're in Toontown. Where do you want the Toons to go? If you don't like Toons, get out of Toontown.
I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We definitely had a ton of fun making it. And thank you guys for sticking around with us for 1 whole year. As always, in the comments, let us know what you thought of these conspiracies, and if you have any other just totally insane conspiracies that you would like us to talk about.